She was nothing like that. She didn't speak like that. Her mannerisms weren't like that.
I know.
Yeah.
This is all fake.
And she also is pretending that she's crying. We zoomed in just to see. There isn't a tear in sight. Look at this.
Why does this woman have a podcast? Why does she have a show? Why?
She was a real hard-nosed LA girl. Yeah. Now she's like this, oh, I'm soft, I'm mummy, I'm this.
Your voice is driving me crazy and I'm about to jump over there and put my fists down your throat.
It's all bullshit.
She is a malignant narcissist who cannot get enough of herself.
And there was nothing in this sit-down interview that she did with her friend that had anything of substance, and yet she was crying, she was talking about full-body chills the entire time.
How proud I am of you, and of all things, it's making me emotional.
I have full body chills right now.
But she never stops whining.
Freeze this moment. He did not toss a casual insult. When he finally spoke about Meghan Markle, he claimed the smiling public face was a mask, then shattered it with one short word, BS. He insisted this was not for clicks. He said it was a slow change he watched up close. His tone felt like a dare. Trust the shine if you want, or step in and see what he says is hidden. Which side are you on right now? As he spoke, the air seemed to tighten. People leaned forward, waiting for the part he had not said yet, the detail that could flip the whole story.
Maybe part of worthiness comes when you stop having to feel like you're in the prove it game.
Hallelujah. I am getting emotional right now.
This strike was built to rattle more than a headline. It targeted the idea of Meghan as steady and kind, the calm figure who never cracks. He did not point at small slips. He said the entire act was costume work. He flashed his insider view and asked us to rewind key moments with fresh eyes. Smiles, speeches, news bites, each one turns into a clue. When the cameras go quiet, who stands in the room and why would that person be kept out of sight? Watch how people argue about this in living rooms and comment threads. Some swear she is surviving a storm. Others swear the storm is part of the plan, which sounds closer to the truth you feel in your gut.
I know that I'm a great friend, and I know the kind of mom I am, and I know the kind of human being I am, and I know how I show up.
Roll the tape back before the royal stage. He says he met someone else then. Not a whisper, but a direct Los Angeles pro who knew the rules and chased the next step without flinching. Fast moves, clear aims, eyes forward. If that was the first version, how did we end up with a softer tone later? And what forced that turn? Pressure can change a voice. Coaching can change a style. Fame can change everything. He paints the early days as sharp and hungry, and that makes later choices look less like drift and more like design. Do you remember the first time you noticed her tone shift?
She was a real hard-nosed LA girl who was on the fast track. Yeah. Now she's like this, oh, I'm soft, I'm mummy, I'm this.
In his telling, fame was not a lucky break. It was studied and pursued. She learned what wins in that world and went after it. That picture matters because it clashes with the later public self who talks about pain, healing, and meaning. On one side, a planner who thinks many steps ahead. On the other, a gentle guide asking for grace. He does not call that growth. He calls it a rewrite, a fresh character built for a bigger stage. If that is true, who shaped it? And when did practice start? Think media coaching, brand decks, notes before interviews, a plan that turns every answer into a path. If that plan exists, what would it leave out?
Everything they do seems so manipulative, calculated, PR motivated, money motivated.
Now the doubt spreads. He says the shift did not stop at job choices. It walked into every room with her. Voice, pace, posture, timing, the warm mom tone, the careful pauses, the quiet tears. He called them choices for the stage, not natural change, construction. If a public self can be built piece by piece, where does the real person begin? And do we ever see that person without soft lights and clean frames? Viewers start watching hands and eyes and breath. They look for the little slips that prove life is not scripted. When those slips never come, they wonder what ended up on the cutting room floor.
She was nothing like that. She didn't speak like that. Her mannerisms weren't like that. This is all fake.
His main proof, he says, lives in the swing from bold and unfiltered to careful and emotional, from straight shots to soft lines. He thinks that turn is too smooth to be chance. It looks planned, like a set reset. The lights soften, the music calms, the words slow down. People lean in without noticing. If the feeling is honest, why so much polish? And if it is not, who gains when the world believes it? Public sympathy opens doors, changes deals, and bends headlines. He points to those results and says, look at the timing. Does it ever miss the moment?
How proud I am of you, and of all things, it's making me emotional. They're just the great. It's just so great.
This hits close to the heart. It suggests even the pauses and the tears might be choices, not sparks of the moment. That thought stuck with critics. They say the timing feels exact, the edges feel sanded, and nothing seems loose. Real life is messy. They do not see much mess. If every beat lands on cue, is that proof of control or only the cost of of living inside a lens that never turns off. Fans answer that anyone can break down on a hard day. Critics answer that hard days do not come with perfect staging. Both sides say they can sense what is real. Can you?
I had to stop and ask myself, like, is this genuine? Is this some grassroots organic scandal? Or is this being planted?
The doubt did not come from him alone. It grew inside her own work. Her podcast promised open truth and deeper talks. The stage looked set for real connection. Then questions rolled in. Reviewers said many stories circled back to her, placing her as the one who hurts or the one who rises. Some heard more brand than bond. The show had warmth, but the warmth felt arranged. Was the aim closeness? Or was the aim to steer every story toward the same center? Listeners wanted surprise and found patterns. When every road leads to the same lesson, people start to feel guided more than invited. Did you feel that drift too?
I have been on this grind and auditioning for 10 years and hearing no after no after no after no after no.
It's me.
One episode lit up the comments. Sitting with her friend Jamie Kern-Lima, Meghan presented a look she called bare and natural. Many did not buy it. The lights looked ready for a studio. The hair looked glossy, too perfect to feel raw. A sharp line raced through feeds. If this is the natural look, what does full glam even mean? And why does a raw moment shine like an ad? Supporters said a person can feel vulnerable and still look neat. Doubters said the picture told a louder story than the words. That clash kept the clip playing on repeat. If the goal was to feel honest, why did so many people feel the opposite?
So first of all, she had the hair blown out. It was perfect. I do not believe that she was makeup free there. She didn't have eye makeup on, which is a different thing.
Then came the praise on camera. You are so beautiful. Kind words, but they did not land like a friend speaking freely. People said it felt lined up ahead of time. Less talk, more control of the story. Small moment, big signal. If closeness is real, does it need lines that sound written? And if they are written, who are they meant to convince? The audience or the person in the mirror? Compliments can soften a scene and steer a mood. When they arrive right before a key point, the timing looks like part of the plan. Was that the case here, or was it just a friend being kind?
Same with no makeup as makeup. And you still love me even when we get together. If I haven't showered, it's still all the same.
Moments like that fed those already unsure. Each polished beat felt like another brick in a careful wall. For people who agree with him, it was not a twist. It was proof. They said the signs were always there. Once viewers start looking for strings, even a sip of water can look rehearsed. And when you notice the seams, you stop trusting the magic. Can a show still work when everyone watches the wires instead of the story? That is the risk with too much control. It keeps mistakes out, but it can also keep the human out, and people care most when the human gets through.
It is so fake and contrived and inauthentic.
It's just so inauthentic. Why would I watch it?
Then eyes moved to the fine print. During one episode, a photo flashed, a gift basket, a card on top. The signature read, HRH, the Duchess of Sussex. It came and went fast, but the internet does not blink. Questions flooded in. If you step away from royal duties, why sign with a style tied to the crown? Was it habit, a prop, an old template, or a clear signal to keep that weight in the room, even when the work tied to it is off the table? Small letters can carry big meaning. Titles set the tone in any room and can open doors without a word. That is why a signature can sound louder than a speech.
A basket that she had sent to the host of the podcast as a thank you for allowing her to come on. And here you can kind of zoom in here and it says, with the compliments of Her Royal Highness, the Duchess of Sussex.
What looked small got loud. Critics said the HRH sign-off was not an error. They read it as branding with sharp edges. Keep the glow, skip the grind. Hold the power, skip the duty. Supporters waved it off. Doubters said it was another line in the same script. When a title turns into a logo, every card becomes a billboard. If that is the pattern, then every detail becomes data. And by the time you explain, the first impression has already won. People remember the first frame. If the first frame looks royal, every word that follows arrives with that shine. Was that shine the point?
She was caught red-handed using Her Royal Highness. That is a title that was stripped from her when she and Harry made their whole racism debacle and left the UK, left their royal duties, and moved to the US. This is something that she is not allowed to use.
To those critics, the title choice felt like packaging. Not a person, a product, not a day, a campaign. Even the daily routine became part of the pitch. Early school runs, long hours away, meeting after meeting. Many heard distance, not closeness. Comfort dressed as stress. Then a single perfect tear in an interview. It could have moved the room. Instead, an old clip from her acting days popped back up where she joked about calling up tears on cue. Left eye, go. After that, the tender moment looked like technique to a lot of viewers. If an old joke can shadow a new scene, will the new scene ever stand on its own? Some say yes, because people change. Others say no, because a revealed trick is hard to forget. Which side makes more sense to you?
You'll make yourself cry. Oh, I can do that so well. Oh my God, it's crazy. You're like, Meghan, one tear, left eye, go. Give me 3 seconds.
That split screen was rough. The old clip beside the new tear turned belief into doubt for many. A biting line went viral, even her tears have union support. Then the Netflix series arrived, sold as their truth and their voice. Reviewers said it felt like reality TV in formal wear. One video game comparison did not land. People asked, saved from what, saved from who? At the same time, Harry gave a tense warning in a major interview, saying his father would share blame if harm came to Meghan or the kids because of weak protection. Many heard pressure tucked inside concern, especially with his father facing serious health issues. Put it together, and a pattern forms for their critics. Tight messaging, big emotion, heavy claims. A public story built to sway the crowd, which circles back to that blunt word, BS. It sticks because it touches a nagging feeling that the picture might be staged rather than lived. The podcast that returns to her. The branding that brushes against privacy pleas. The down-to-earth lines that do not land. Piece by piece, doubt stacks up. Maybe this is life under glass. Maybe it is production. Bright images can shine, then crack under their own gloss. So here's what lingers as the screen fades. Can trust come back when every move seems arranged, or has the story already been set by critics who refuse to move on? Watch what comes next. Listen to what is said when the room feels safe. Then decide where you stand. Full breakdown is ready. Click the video on the right to keep watching to see the 3 paths, the key pivot, and the wild card. Tap the playlist to your right to binge the full Meghan Controversies playlist.